I'm Bert Brandenburg, Executive Director of Justice at Stake. Each year, our courts hear 100 million cases. Their decisions affect the future of every American, their rights, their families, and their businesses. Our Constitution promises everyone a fair hearing. As former Justice Sandra Day O'Connor says, our courts must be a safe place where every citizen stands equal before the law. But impartial justice is in growing danger from special interest pressure and political intimidation. These threats endanger our rights, our democracy, and our economic growth. 98% of all cases are decided in state courts, and most of America's state judges must stand for election. But in the last decade, special interest spending in judicial elections shattered records across the country. Special interests are now spending millions to get their way in court. Too many judges are forced to raise money from parties who appear before them. 3 in 4 Americans believe this money is affecting courtroom decisions and that justice is for sale. Too many judges live in fear of being driven out of office because of a single decision in a controversial case. They see their records distorted in nasty TV attack ads. Meanwhile, presidential candidates and legislators are threatening to ignore court rulings, fire judges, and haul them before Congress. Talk show hosts bash judges and weaken public confidence in the courts. These threats are growing into a campaign against the courts by politicians and special interests who want to make judges accountable to them instead of the law and the Constitution. Courts can't fight back against these attacks, but we can, and your help will make a critical difference. Justice at Stake leads a national bipartisan coalition to keep courts fair and impartial. We fight for reforms that take cash out of the courtroom. We stand up against political bullies by stopping efforts to impeach judges or weaken the courts. We defend laws that keep courts fair. We build pro-courts coalitions around the country, and we provide them with political expertise, opinion research, and messaging guidance. We educate voters. We mobilize judges and civic leaders to teach Americans how courts work, why they're in danger, and why they need proper funding and public support. And we work to increase diversity on the bench. In barely a decade, Justice at Stake has established itself as an effective and growing force in American politics. But special interests are spending hundreds of millions of dollars to tip the scales of justice. We have the talent and experience to fight back, but we have only a fraction of the resources spent by our opponents. With your help, Justice at Stake can take our campaign up to a new level of impact and create a political climate where attacks against the rule of law are unacceptable. To learn more about Justice at Stake and our plan for defending impartial justice, visit our website, www.justiceatstake.org. Thank you.